Hi, I hope this video will help you. I'm helping a couple of friends who had asked me how do I dye my hair, and I use henna. So I use 100% organic natural henna. And so I'm doing this from home because we're all quarantined at this time, but I usually do this anyway. So this is what I've been doing for probably 9 years, I would say. And I've never used anything but this particular brand. It's done well for me, so that's what I'm just sharing with you. And I just want to show you what the steps that I do in order to make my own hair paste. And I'm going to share some ideas with you too as we go. So I'm hoping that this will be easy. But I just get a glass bowl and just a regular spoon. And this is the brand that I've used for quite a few years. It's just Henna, the rainbow brand. And I like to use, my hair is pretty dark, but I use typically the medium brown, and I would suggest that's probably, unless you're like really, really dark, I have used the really dark and it is darker on my hair, but this seems to do just fine. So I usually just dig in here with a regular spoon. I take several heapings like this, and I just do typically like 3 to 4 heapings. And I don't really even measure because I'm really looking for the amount of what to color in my hair. And the other thing that I do is I like to put a little mahogany, which is a red. So I'll just do 1 scoop of that. So it's green, it's plant-based, and there's no chemical dyes in here, which I love because our hair products and our dyes are so filled with so many chemicals that's probably not in our best interest, and it gets absorbed right through your skin. If you know anything about me, I love to talk about health from the inside out. And part of that is different products that I have used over the years, and I have found, like in the past 15 years, I've changed over a lot of things, and I have always done the natural hair dye. So, and it works well. I can last up to probably 4 weeks, when by the time 5 weeks comes, it's probably like time to, do a little dyeing. But I just concentrate on my roots. I'm going to show you. So right now my hair is dry, but I'm going to wash it. It's recommended to wash it. I do use the instructions that are on this particular container, and I just follow the rules with that. So I heated up some water on the stove. I'm just gonna pour, and I'll show you the paste. I'm just making a paste, and I'm just stirring. It's very simple. I typically use the glass container here to stir, or you could use like a metal or something. But if you use plastic, you might, it might discolor the plastic, so I just prefer glass. This is the one I use just because it's really handy dandy. So it's really, I use hot water. Again, just kind of do like a paste. Like this is pretty thick still, so I'm going to add some more. And I'm going to do it like, remember that when we were young, we used to make the flour paste? Like make that glue like a paper mache? That's kind of what the texture you want. And I just want to show you what it looks like. So it's getting a little bit thinner. It smells very earthy. I just want you to know that. And I also was recommended, I just put some vinegar in there, maybe like a tablespoon or 2. I don't even really like measure, but I put that in there because it's supposed to help, and the instructions tell you, it's supposed to help grab the grays more. I don't have a ton of gray, but it's noticeable enough where I'm like, I want to do something about it. So I'm just mixing this up. There's nothing special about it. So here I'm starting to get like this pasty feel, and that's really kind of what I aim for. If it's too thin, then it may not stick to your hair as well. So this is kind of what I'm looking for. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to wash my hair in the meantime. So the next time you'll see me, I will have wet hair and I'll be all prepared. And so we'll do that. So my next phase is I just washed my hair to get all the oils out and maybe extra hairspray and whatever have you. So that's all I do. And now my next job is, and after I put about 4 heaping spoons in here and I have this paste, now the only other thing I do is I just put an old towel over, I just hold it together with a clip. And really what I want to do is I'm not necessarily going to focus in on all my ends. I'm going to kind of focus in towards my scalp. So I'm going to show you a couple little things a couple times, and then I'll show you the finished product when I'm done, so you don't have to sit here and wait. But it probably takes me, I'm just going to start from here. I typically just kind of start from here, and then I just kind of comb it over. Now, you can wear gloves. I don't really wear gloves because it washes off. I've never had a problem with it staining my skin or anything like that. And I would just wear an old top just in case, but I've used this old towel over and over, and I've not ever had a stain from this particular henna. So I don't know if other brands you would stain or not, but I just kind of go like this. So I would recommend a large comb, and I also recommend like a brush. You got this like at Sally Beauty Supply or Amazon. I also got these from Amazon too. So, you know, the henna, that's just the brand that I've used. I mean, lots of different brands out there. So all I do is I just kind of take some like this, like a paintbrush. So you can see you want it thick enough where it adheres to the paintbrush so it's not going to be drippy drip everywhere like watery. So then all I do is now I'm just starting to brush it on. Brush at the base. And then I'll take another section and I'll just kind of square it off like that. And just kind of part each little inch. And then I just go and I try to get all the roots. So I usually start with my sides and I go to my back. And you can see it looks like that's green. It's really green. It smells very, very earthy. I mean, it's not the most pleasant smell, but it's not like the worst smell either. So it's worth it to me just because you don't have the chemicals that you are exposing yourself to month after month when we get our hair done. And I've chosen to do this because I like to make sure that I take as much precaution as I can in what I can control. And if this is doing the trick for me with my hair, then why not? You know, I'm happy with it. My hair feels amazing when it's done. And that's what henna is really all about. So you can see I'm just kind of covering it like that. I'm not going to do this whole thing for you to watch me. You'll see it all done. And I just kind of overlap, kind of go like that. And I'm just putting this in obviously my bathroom by my sink. And I'm just pasting it on. And that's just really that is. And I really like to get my sides because that's where most of my gray seems to be. And you can see I'm just kind of like, I'm giving it a little bit of, you know, like, again, making sure I get all of my ends inside here, all of my little things there. If I get it on my skin and my forehead, I've never had a problem with this particular brand. Like if it's on my face, it's always come off. It's never stained my skin. This doesn't really burn or anything like that. Again, it's very, very natural. You can't get more natural than plant-based henna. And it's been around for many, many, many years, henna. People dyeing like henna tattoos and all. But I'm going to finish this and you'll see my whole head and then I'll show you how I cover it up. Now you can see I got just about everything. My roots looks like it's probably done pretty well. So the next step is to get a shower cap. And I just use this old one over and over and just rinse it out when I'm done. And all I do is I just put my head inside like this. Just cover it. And now you're supposed to, according to the directions, you want to keep it rather warm. So I'm just going to rinse my hands off really quick here. And that's really about it. Now, I would give yourself probably from start to finish with washing your hair and putting this on, it takes you probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours max. So, and that's it. That's everything done and ready to go and dried. And so that's all I do. And now I just wrap this towel around this to keep the warmth in, and you keep it on for an hour. So I just set the timer. And then now is a great time to whether watch TV or maybe do the dishes. And I just put this little clip here just to kind of keep the scarf from not moving. Just kind of do that a little bit to keep it out of my face and just kind of keep it together. And so really that's it. And I'll set the timer for 60 minutes. When it's done, then I'm going to be ready to rinse and rock and roll. So rinse and wash. You got to wash it a couple times. So here we go. Well, here I am. I just washed it. So the next step as I did is after my hour, my bell rang, and I just went to the laundry tub and rinsed all of my hair. and until it came clear water. And then I just shampooed and conditioned it. And it's very soft. You can see it's very silky. And it's nice and clean. So henna is known to be conditioning for your hair, so it won't feel dry, or it should be very healthy for it. But you can see I just blew dry it. I put a little bit of my mousse in it. I put a little bit of, just a little bit on the ends to protect it, because I do heat drying and I also do curling iron, so I do a little bit of protection with that. Other than that, you can see, I just want to show you so you can do this too. And this was the light brown, and this was 1 scoop of the mahogany, the red. So I hope you give it a try. Why not? It's worth trying, and let me know how it is. I would love to hear all about it. So, and ask me any questions, because I've been doing this for quite a few years, so I'm here to help. Thanks so much. Live healthy. I hope you choose healthier things, have different exchanges. You know, most of us are not going to not dye our hair, but maybe this could be one of those healthy exchanges that you decide to do and implement in your life. And I hope so. So thank you. Mwah.